it's recommended that you go at least 3 times a year during the penitential seasons, Advent and Lent, and another time during the year. However, after reading the lives of the great saints, who I will never imitate, but I strive to, because I want to go to heaven. Most of the great saints went between once a week and once a month. And the reason is, at night, it's suggested you do an examination of conscience before you go to bed and do your own little act of contrition or confiteor. That way you can keep a tally of everything you did wrong throughout the week. So if you can make a once a week confession, you can stay on top of it and make sure you made a good, clean confession. And it's a good preparation for communion, because you should not go to communion with any mortal sin, because as Paul tells us in Corinthians chapter 11, verse 29, that you drink condemnation on yourself by going to communion sacrilegiously, which means you would have mortal sin on your soul. Mortal sin is any sin that you've done deliberately. As a deliberate sin is a grave matter, and you had free will to do it, not like a habit or a vice that is out of control, or something you did accidentally without thinking about it. But we have venial sins and mortal sins, and you have evidence of this in John's epistle, the second or third epistle, when he talks about sins that are deadly, which is just English for the Latin mortal sin. That's where we get it from. So he does discern the difference between deadly sins that cut you off from God and lesser sins, which we call venial sins, which don't separate you from God. Like speeding or something like that would be a venial sin. You're just breaking the law, and you didn't murder somebody. But I would encourage anybody to go as often as they can, because it's like taking a bath. We take a bath and wash the outside of our bodies. Well, we should scrub the inside too, the soul. And that's the best way to prepare for a good Holy Communion at Mass. And if you want to be a saint, all the great saints and doctors of the Church said, if you made fervent communions, you would all be great saints. And that's my thoughts on that.